Hello everyone. Today I'll be providing a quick high-level overview demo of the EAM360 mobile application suite. Before we start the demo, I wanted to give a high-level context on what you're going to see here. So EAM360 is a mobile application for Maximo, and we have three different role-based mobile apps. So the Technician Supervisor app for technicians and supervisors to perform and manage work orders and service requests. The Storekeeper app for end-to-end inventory management, and we have an app for managers to approve POs, PRs, and invoices. Now I'll start presenting my mobile screen and take you through the demo. Right, here we go. So these are the three apps that we earlier saw from the slide that I presented. Before I start opening and presenting the apps, very quickly, these are push notifications which technicians receive when work orders are assigned. So this is how we leverage push notifications for work assignment. And push notification is leveraged for different use cases for our clients. We'll start off with the technician app. Here, as you see, once I open the app, I can see the list of work orders assigned for me. Right here, we can call this the to-do list, home page, work order dashboard, and so on. So right here on top, I get a cumulative number of the number of work orders assigned, along with it a filter and sort option to update the list based on my preferences and search for work orders that I'm looking for using the asset number, work order number, description, and different keywords. Also, I'm showing you the demo from a mobile app, but our app supports different form factors. We work on tablets, mobile phones. We support different screen sizes to download and use the application. Now, let me start off with updating a work order that has been assigned for me. So I, as a technician, will just pick up this preventive maintenance work order to execute. So if there are any job hazards associated with the work order, it does appear as a pop-up notification for technicians to take a closer look. And we also display the precautionary measures that need to be taken, precautions, safety instructions. All of them are compiled and displayed over here. And once a technician takes a look at all the safety requirements and accepts and confirms, we get access to the work order. Right. Now, once I'm into the work order, I'll have a few additional options to plan for the work order before start executing and recording my work time. For example, if I have any questions about the work order, a single tap here will help me dial the supervisor or the job planner to ask any questions. Access to the assets history, historical work orders, the locations history, historical work orders, to just plan and assess, the past historical records, work order records for this asset for me to plan my work accordingly. And additional supporting information, including the responsibilities and scheduling information, is also available. So any attachments that's included to the work order, that could be a safety guide or a user manual that needs to be referred, can also be accessed and referred. All right, I'm all set here. I want to start my work order. Tapping right here on the timer icon on top will get the timer going, which indicates that I've started my work day. And before starting, so we did see how an attachment which is associated to the work order can be accessed. Including attachment is also a possibility. For example, simple options like taking a photo, making any annotations, and uploading it. We do also support other attachments like recording a video, accessing the photo library, recording an audio note, document, or an annotated map. So map annotations are supported if assets within a region need to be highlighted and added as a screenshot. That can also be attached and synced with maximum. Right, next up, tasks. So tasks appear for me as a checklist to keep executing and just indicate completion. We do support logs at task level, which can be added along with attachments. Within tasks, any conditional monitoring that needs to be performed can also be performed. So check battery voltage and water level is a task along with conditional monitoring. The measurement values that we identify can be included and indicated as completed. So this is how I can go about completing tasks. Next up, meter readings. So within meter reading, all associated meters will be visible. We support different meter types, characteristics, continuous, gauge, and so on. Different reading types are also supported. Now, there are options for users to manually enter the data, like a domain lookup or manually enter information. It's also OCR supported. We can scan and add information if required. There is an additional option here to record temperature. So there is an icon right here, which is going to help me grab information from this sensor beacon that I'm holding up in my hand right now. With the tap right here, it's going to quickly scan. That sensor beacon is going to send me signals of the temperature it has read for me to confirm and add as the temperature reading for this particular meter. So that's a cool integration done. Beyond that, next up, materials. So the list of planned materials for the work order are listed over here. I've used an air filter. So against the planned quantity, I can just update that I've used one, and it's updated as used quantity. So beyond this, we also support use cases where technicians prefer to report unplanned material, which is very common for technicians to come across during their daily work assignments. And here we support both usage and request. So I'm going to place a request here. I'm looking for a gasket here. So I can quickly search, scan, or even apply a filter to take a look at the exact spare parts for the asset. Okay, I do spot a gasket here, but this is not the gasket that I'm looking for. Let me go back here, search. Right. And there you go. I can update the quantity and tap save. Once done, it's updated here amongst the list of planned materials as an MR request. Moving on, tools. So I've used a torque here. I'll just report the usage and search for the torque wrench. There you go. I've used it for a couple of hours, a few taps, and it's reported. Next up, logs. Different log types can be updated over here. An update. I'll add a summary as shift handover. Details, I can choose to manually type it or also leverage the speech to text option. Electrical clearance taken and spare parts have been taken and work to be continued. Done. As you can notice, location coordinates, these are GPS coordinates from my mobile GPS, which have been captured and updated over here. There are also additional options where if you use devices like Trimble, our app can integrate with them and grab geo coordinates with more accuracy and update it and display and save it as a log. Attachments can be added over here. For example, if a piece of audio needs to be recorded and shared with the other technicians or supervisors, can be done and stored as an attachment. Next up, specifications. So within specifications, different types of readings are supported. For example, for noise level, I prefer a domain lookup that can be accessed. Numerical keyboards can also be accessed. And we also support additional options. For example, there is a length requirement over here, and I prefer to not manually calculate it or use other tools. Rather, I can choose to use the camera within the device which has AR capabilities. And there you go. It has just measured it for me. The reading is visible. A couple of tabs, confirm and save it. Again, leveraging modern technology. Next up, failure reporting. Relevant problem, cause, and remedy codes are visible. Sorry, it's actually a bulb burned out, and replace the bulb and tap save. Communication log. Work updates can be composed as a mail and sent to anyone within your organization. Related records. We do display related service request or work orders to access and collect relevant information which can assist with performing the current work order. Downtime can be reported. PRs can be created. And safety. Safety is something that we saw on top of the work order, and it's again visible over here for technicians to leverage and access. So I've reached the end of my work order. I just want to record my labor time. A single tab here will quickly show technicians a preview of the recorded time. We do provide options for it to not be saved by default because there are scenarios where technicians might have not started at the top of the work time and they might need some changes for it to be made. Those revisions can be done. And if you're a supervisor with the required access, technicians have access to, the logged in user also has access to report time for other labors. Done. So that's updating a work order. And a few additional options we have would include taking ownership of the work order, rescheduling it to a different date and time, assigning it to a different technician, modifying asset specifications, moving assets from one location to another, creating a follow-up work order, follow-up SR, or printing an asset. So if you're connected to a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi printer, the app does provide capabilities for technicians to connect and print asset labels. Status changes can be performed, and if maximum workflows are used within the organization, the same button will prompt the user to update the next applicable actions for the work order. All right, so back to the home page. I just quickly showed you a high-level overview of how a work order can be updated. A couple of things that you might find interesting would be inspections. So we support maximum inspection forms, and how you go about it is we support it along with inspection work orders, and the form will be available over here. Start inspection will give access to begin the inspection. The complete information of the inspection can be accessed over here, and we can start performing the inspection. Here we support different options. So drop downs, the option to add numerical value, the option to include comments, add attachments, and perform full-fledged inspections. And beyond this, with work orders, additional options to create work orders are available. You have options to perform it along with asset drill downs, which is quite a complicated requirement, which the app supports to create work orders along with asset information and other required informations and assign it. There are options to support work orders that has been assigned for the technician so far under different status types, and filters can also be applied to take a look at them. All right, so open work order is a unique feature that we provide for technicians to search for search for open work orders for assets, and assets can be picked from asset drill downs, description based search, scanning codes, maps, NFC tags, and so on. We also have an interesting use case around beacons where we support Bluetooth beacons. So basically, this is a beacon that I'm holding up in my hand, and I've just identified it right next to me, and there is an asset associated with the beacon. A single tap will give me access to all open work orders for that particular asset. And from there, I'll have the option to assign it to myself and execute it. So these can be leveraged for several use cases, including how our clients use it is they load asset information to these beacons and strategically place it closer to assets so that when a technician walks by, a single tap right here will uh, capitalize or leverage the Bluetooth capabilities of the device and collect asset information, which then leads to the work order information, which can be self-assigned and executed, in turn improving opportunity maintenance. Right. Next up, we do support options to capture or collect the assets historical information. The same search options are available. Maybe I'll quickly show you the scanning option that we have. We do provide options to scan QR or barcodes also. All right, so that is all about work orders. So conduct inspection is also separately available to perform form-based inspections. And before we move on, I'd also like to quickly present the mapping capabilities of the app. So we do have map integrations with Google and S3 Maps. And a single tap here will give access to a couple of maps here. The route map for technicians to get the work route for that particular day for all assigned work orders. As you can see, there is a blue layer, which is the route. The pins right here are work orders assigned, and these are turn-by-turn directions. We also support dual maps from the same app. So you can access Google Maps also to provide you with navigation assistance to the work location. Beyond that, a layered arc map is also supported. So this is a layered arc map of the organization, and you see current active labors, layers of assets, which include a water pipeline, a sewer main, a hydrant, the option to search for locations, and the option to turn on or turn off layers. This option is also further available in the left side menu with an additional option for users to download assets within a particular location for offline usage. So this can be downloaded and accessed for several use cases. All right, apart from this, SR, so creating SRs are a possibility. A to-do list for SR is also available along with navigation assistance, filter, sort, executing the SR, and creating follow-up work orders for them. Something that's left would be the configure tabs option that we provide. So I did present work orders in a particular flow where the modules were arranged in a particular order. Here, I do have the option to move it. For example, if attachments is something that I'm particularly curious about when I start my work, and I don't actually use maybe the tools tab. So what I can do is I can go back to the same work order or a different work order, and I can notice that the attachment tab has been moved to the top of the order and the tools tab has been disabled. So this is something that can be very useful for technicians because this is a device specific or a user specific change that can be done for them to design the app as per their preferences and how they go about executing work order every day. All right, so that is the technician app. Let me take a couple of minutes and show you how the storekeeper app works. So the app, as an app, we provide options to receive goods and services. For example, goods right here can be received. So these are POs. We can start receive POs and update received items. Services can be received. Materials can be issued. A separate issue cart is also available. Goods can be returned. Stock transfers can be performed. And physical count or audit of inventory balances can be performed. So across the app, wherever applicable, robust group by filter and sort options are also available for inventory managers to access and leverage. The manager app, very quickly, it provides options to view PRs, POs, and invoices and perform approvals. It is maximum workflows are enabled. We also show a highlighter or notification if there's something non-standard to take a closer look. and the users will have the option to perform actions by clicking on the Fab menu. So this is a quick high-level overview of the EAM360 apps. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please let us know and we'd be happy to provide you with the required assistance. Thank you and have a great day.